Are you ready? That is the best response I have had all summer. You guys are so ready, and so am I. Welcome to the stage, Theater Bugs.
Moo, boo, ba, la, 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 by Sandra Boynton.
The cow says, moo. The sheep says, baa. Three pigs say, la, la, la.
Now that's not right. Pigs say oink all day and night.
The rhinoceros snores and sniffs. The little dogs say, ruff, 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 ruff. Some big dogs say, bow, wow, wow. And cats and kittens say, meow. Quack, says the duck. The horse says, neigh. Quiet now. It's quiet now. What do you say? Go back. Oh, what ear? Other two ear. Dog goes rough, cat goes meow, bird goes sweet, and mouse goes squeak. Cow goes moo, dog goes crow, and the elephant goes mew. The sea claps, and the whistle blows, and the seal goes ow, ow, ow. But there's a sound that no one knows. What does the fox say? Ring, ding, 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 ding. What the fox say? Wap, 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 wap. What the fox say? Happy, 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 oh. Happy, 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 oh. Happy, 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 oh. What does the fox say?
But Not the Hippopotamus, by Sandra Boynton.
A hog and a frog do a dance in the bog, but not hippopotamus. A cat and a rat were trying on hats, but not the hippopotamus. A moose and a goose together had juice, but not the hippopotamus. A hare and the bear had been to a fair, but not the hippopotamus. Now the hog and the frog go out for a jog with the cat and the rat in their new hat. While the moose and the bear and the goose and the hare are doing their best to catch up with the west, then the whole animal pack comes scurrying back. And she just doesn't know. Should she stay? Should she go? But yes, the hippopotamus, but not the armadillo.
Oh Dinosaurs by Sandra Boynton.
Dinosaurs happy and dinosaurs sad. Dinosaurs good and dinosaurs bad. Dinosaurs big, dinosaurs tiny, dinosaurs smooth, dinosaurs spiny. Dinosaurs weak, dinosaurs strong. Dinosaurs cold and dinosaurs hot. Dinosaurs cute and dinosaurs not. There's my mom. Wait. Oh, yeah. Dinosaurs early, dinosaurs later. Dinosaurs crammed in an elevator. Dinosaurs plump, dinosaurs lean. Dinosaurs red, blue, yellow, green. Dinosaur looking right at you. Say goodbye because we're through. Now I have to move. I gotta take this off. There, though. Wait. We used to be just like twins, so in sync, the same energy, never dead, barely. Used to laugh, done nothing, now you're playing, boring. I should know that you're not gonna change. 'Cause you're hot and you're cold, you're yes and you're no, you're in and you're out, up and you're down, wrong when it's right, black when it's white. You punch, you make up, kiss, you make up. You don't really wanna say no, you don't really wanna go, oh. 'Cause you're hot and you're cold, you're yes and you're no, you're in and you're out, you're up and you're down.
Your Personal Penguin by Sandra Boynton.
I like you a lot. You're funny and kind, so let me explain what I have in mind. I want to be your personal penguin. I want to walk right by your side. I want to be your personal penguin. I want to travel with you far and wide. Wherever you go, I'll go there too. Here and there and everywhere, always with you. I want to be your personal penguin from now on. Lots of other penguins seem to do fine in a universe of nothing but ice. But if I could be yours and you could be mine, our cozy little world would be twice as nice. I want to be your personal penguin. I want to talk to you night and day. I want to be your personal penguin. I will listen to you whatever you say. Look at these wings, so perfect to hold you. I would like to say again what I've already told you. Let me be your personal penguin. Imagine me your personal penguin. I want to be your personal penguin from now on. Please. Okay. Fall is here, hear the yell. Back to school, ring the bell. Brand new shoes, walking blues. Climb the fence, books and pens. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Tonight I'll dream while in my bed. Silly thoughts go through my head about the bugs and alphabet. When I wake tomorrow, I'll bet that you and I will walk together again. Yes, I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Yes, I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Okay.
Are you ready for a show? All right, these 30 amazing kids have been working hard all week. Not only did they learn their lines, they have had a hand in every step. They made props, they helped come up with costumes. They've been working on 6 Dr. Seuss stories. And after every 2 stories, they're gonna each bow for you, each group. Please, huge, 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 and then we'll do a huge applause at the end. I'm so excited. All right, you guys, without further ado, please welcome Production Camp Dr. Seuss Stories.
Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind.
One day, making tracks in the prairie of Prax, came a north-going Zax and a south-going Zax.
And it happened that they both came to a place where they bumped. There they stood, foot to foot, face to face.
Look here now, I say. You are blocking my path. You are right in my way. I'm a north-going Zack. I always go north. Get out of my way and let me go forth.
Who's in whose way? I always go south, making south-going tracks. So you're in my way, and I asked you to move and let me go south in my south-going groove.
The North Zax puffed up his chest with pride.
I never.
He said,
Take one step to one side, and I'll prove to you that I can stay here in the prairie of Prax for 59 days.
I'll prove to you, yelled the south-going Zax, that I can stay here in the prairie of Prax for 59 years. But I live by a rule that I learned back as a boy in south-going school. Never budge. That's my rule. Never budge in least. Not an inch to the west, not an inch to the east. I'll stand here, not budging. I can, I will. If it makes you and me and the whole world stand still.
Wow. Of course, the world didn't stand still. The world grew.
In a couple of years, the new highway came through
And it was built right over those 2 stubborn Zax.
and left them there standing,
Unbudged in their tracks.
last day of summer, 10 hours before fall, my grandfather took me to the wall. For a while he stood silent, then finally he said, with a very sad shake of his very old beard,
As you know, on this side of the wall, we are Yooks. And on the far other side of this wall live the Zooks. By the time you knew of the terribly, horrible things that Zooks do, every Zook house of every Zook town eats their bread butter side down. But as you know, we Yooks, during breakfast or sup, spread our bread butter side up.
yes!
It's the right, honest way.
Grandpa gritted his teeth.
So you can't trust a Zook who eats his bread butter side down. Every Zook must be watched. They have kinks in their souls. That's why, as a youth, I made watching my goal. Watching Zooks for the Zook Watching Border Patrol.
At that time, the wall wasn't so high, and he could look any Zook square in the eye.
If he dared to come near, they could give him a twitch with their tough-tufted prickly snakeberry switch.
And for a while that worked fine, and the Zooks stayed away, and our country was safe.
Yay! Then one terrible day, a very rude Zook by the name of Vinich snuck up and slingshotted my snakeberry switch. With my broken off switch and my head hung and chained to the chief you grew, in great sorrow I came. But our leader just smiled.
You're not to blame, and those Zooks will be sorry they started this scheme. We'll dress you up right in a fancier suit and give you a fancier slingshot to shoot.
So she sent the boys in the back room to figure how to build some sort of triple sling jigger.
With my triple sling jigger, I felt so much bigger. I marched to the wall with great vim and great vigor, right up to Vinich with my hand on the trigger.
I'll have no more nonsense
Said with a frown,
from Zook who eat bread with the butter side down. Vinich looked quite sickly. He ran off quite quickly. I'm unhappy to say he came back the next day in a snippy new suit and with a big new machine. He snarled as he said, looking frightfully mean.
You may fling those hard rocks with your triple sling jigger, but I also now have my hand on a trigger. My wonderful weapon, the jigger rock snatch him. We'll fling him right back just as quick as we catch him. We'll have no more nonsense. We'll have no more gup from you Yooks who eat bread with the butter side up.
I have failed, sir. I sobbed as I made my report to Chief Ukuru in the headquarters fort.
You have done nothing at all of the sort. Our slingshots have failed. That was old-fashioned stuff. Slingshots, dear boys, are not modern enough. What we need now is a newfangled kind of a gun. My boys in the back room have already begun to think up a walloping whizzinger one. My bright boys are thinking. They're on the right track. They'll think one up quick, and we'll send you right back.
They thought up a great one. They certainly did.
They thought up a gun called the Kickapoo Kid, which was loaded with powerful poo-a-doo powder and ants, eggs, and bees' legs, and dried fried clam chowder.
Ew!
The boys in my back room invented this rig. The 8-nozzled elephant-toted boom blitz that fires high-explosive cherry stone pits and will put your dumb Kickapoo Kid on the fritz.
Once again, by Vinich, we were bested and beat.
I sagged and I dragged and my spirits were low as I ever thought they could go.
My boy, we've just voted and made you general. You've been promoted. The big war's coming. You're going to begin it. And this time you are certain to win it. The boys in the back room have finally found how. Just wait till you see what they've puttered up now. With their great new machine, you'll fly over that wall and clobber those butter-down Zooks one and all.
They thought up a, those boys in the back room sure know how to putter. They made up a thing called the utterly sputter. I jumped aboard with my heart aflutter and steered toward the land of the upside-down butter.
This machine was so modern, so frightfully new. No one knew just quite exactly what it would do.
I was racing Melpel when I heard a voice yell,
If you sprinkle us Zooks, you'll get sprinkled as well.
Vinich had had a sputter exactly like mine.
My blue gooer is working just fine, and I came here to tell you that if you yooks think you can goo zooks, you better forget it, because us zooks can goo yooks.
I flew right back home, and as you may have guessed, I was downright despondent, disturbed, and depressed.
Have no fears. Everything is all right. The boys in my back room have been brighter than bright. They've invented a gadget that's newer than new. It's filled with mysterious moo-lack-a-moo and will blow those zooks clear to Salamagoo.
They've invented the Bitsy, Big Boy, Boomaroo.
Just run to the wall like a nice little man and throw the bomb at the zooks just as fast as you can. I have ordered all ukes to stay safe underground while the Bitsy Big Boy Boomaroo is around.
As I raced towards the wall with the bomb in my hand, I noticed every last uke in our land was obeying Chief Ukeru's grand command.
That's when Grandfather found me. He grabbed me, he said,
You should be down in that hole, and you're up here instead, but perhaps this will work out for the better somehow. I'll make history right here, right now.
Grandpa leapt off the wall with a lofulous leap, and he cleared his horse's throat with a bombulous feat.
Here's to the end of that terrible town filled with zooks who eat their bread butter side down. At that very instant, I heard a clop clop, a feet on the wall, and an old Vanish clopped up.
I'll blow you to pork and wee beans. I'll butterside you up to small smithereens.
Grandpa, be careful! Oh, gee! Who's going to drop it?
will you or will he?
Be patient. We'll see. We'll see.
Did I ever tell you that Mrs. McCabe had 23 sons and she named them all Dave? No! Well, she did. And that wasn't a smart thing to do. You see, when she wants one and calls out, Yoo-hoo! Come in the house, Dave. She doesn't get one. All 23 Daves of hers come on the run. This makes things quite difficult at the McCays, as you can imagine with so many Daves.
And often she wishes that when they were born, she named one of them Bodkin Van Horn.
And one of them Who's Booze. And one of them Snin. And one of them Hot Shot. And one of them Sunny Jim.
And one of them Shadrach.
And one of them Blinky. And one of them Stuffy. And one of them Stinky. Sneepy. Another one Putt Putt. Another one Moonface.
Another one Marvin O'Gravel Balloon Face.
Another one Ziggy. One of them Soggy Muff. And one Buffalo Bill. And one Biffalo Buff. And one of Sneepy.
One Weepy Weed.
And one Paris Garters. And one of them Harris Tweed.
And one of them Oliver Bolivar Butt.
And one of them Zanzibar, Buck, Buck, McFate. But she didn't do it.
And now it's too late. Come on, get her out.
The star-bellied Sneetches had bellies with stars. The plain-bellied Sneetches had none upon theirs.
Those stars weren't so big, they were actually so small. Who wouldn't think something wouldn't matter at all?
But because they had stars, the star-bellied Sneetches would brag.
We're the best kind of sneetches on the beaches.
With their snoots in the air, they'd sniff and they'd snort.
We'll have nothing to do with the plain belly sort.
And whenever they met some while they were out walking, they'd hike on right past them without even talking.
And when the star-bellied children went out to play ball, could a plain belly get in the game?
Not at all.
You could only play if your belly had stars, and the plain belly children had none upon stars.
When the star-bellied Sneetches had frankfurter roasts or picnics or parties or marshmallow toasts, they never invite the plain-belly Sneetches.
They left them out cold in the dark of the benches and never let them come near, and that's how it was year after year.
But one day, while the plain-bellied Sneetches were moping and doping alone on the beaches, wishing their bellies had stars, a stranger zipped up in the strangest of cars.
Beep, beep!
Ah!
Beep, beep! Beep, 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 beep. My friends, my name is Sylvestia McMonkey McBean. I heard of your troubles. I heard you're unhappy, but I can fix that. I'm the fixed-it-up chappy. I'm here to help. I have what you need. My prices are low and I work in great speed. And my work is 100% guaranteed.
Wow.
Amazing. Then quickly Sylvestia McMonkey McBean put together a very peculiar machine.
So you want stars like a star-belly Sneetch? My friends, you can have them for $3 each. Just pay me your money and hop right aboard.
So they clambered inside. Big machine roared. It clonked and it bonked and it jerked and it burked and it bopped them about. But the thing really worked. When the plain-belly Sneetches popped out, they had stars. They actually did. They had stars upon stars.
Then they yelled at the ones who had stars at the start.
We're exactly like you. You can't tell us apart. We're all just the same nice, snooty old smarties. And now we can go to your Frankfurter parties. Good grief. We are still the best, and they are the worst. But now, how in the world will we know?
They all frowned.
If which way is what and the other way around?
Then up came McBean with a very sly wink.
It's not bad as you think. So you don't know who's who. This is perfectly true. Come, my friends, do you know what I'll do? What? I'll make you again the best niches on beaches.
What?
All it will cost is $10 eaches. Belly wonderful contraption will take off your stars so you don't look like Sneetches that have them on stars.
And the handy machine worked very precisely, removed all of their stars from their tummies quite nicely.
Hee hee hee.
Then with their sneaks in the air, they paraded about and opened their beaks and let out a shout.
We know who is who, now there isn't a doubt. The best kind of Sneetches are Sneetches without. Then, of course, those with stars got frightfully mad. Not to be wearing a star was frightfully bad. Then old Sylvestia McMonkey McBean invited them into her star-off machine. Then, of course, as you may guess, things really got into a horrible mess. All the rest of that day on those wild, screaming beaches, the fix-it-up chappie kept fixing up Sneetches.
Off again,
On again, in again.
out again.
Through the machine, they raced around and about again, changing their stars every minute or two. They kept paying money. They kept running through until neither the plane nor the star bellies knew.
Whether this one was that one,
Or that one was this one, or which one was what one.
then when every
What
last
one was
cent,
who?
then when every last cent of their money was spent, the fix-it-up chappie packed up and she went.
She laughed as she drove off the beat. They will never learn. No, you cannot teach a snitch. I'm rich. But McBean was quite wrong, I'm quite happy to say. The Sneetches got quite really smart on that day.
And that's the day they decided that Sneetches are Sneetches and no kind of Sneetch is the best on the beaches.
That day, everyone forgot about stars and whether they had one or not upon theirs.
Softly drifting along the Caribbean sunrise. As the day goes by, things get slower and more amusing.
They still talk about it in the Kingdom of Did as the year the king got angry with the sky, and they still talk about the page boy Bartholomew Cubbins.
If it hadn't been for Bartholomew Cubbins, that king in that sky would have wrecked that little kingdom.
Bartholomew had seen the king get angry many, many times before, but that year when His Majesty started growling at the sky, Bartholomew Cubbins didn't know what to make of it.
Yet all that year the old king did it. All year long he stared up into the air above his kingdom, muttering and sputtering through his royal whiskers.
Hump, the things that come down from the sky.
All spring, when the rain came down, he growled at that.
Grrr. All summer when the sunshine came down, he growled at that. Grrr.
All autumn when the fog came down, he growled at that.
Grrr.
And that winter when the snow came down, he started shouting.
This rain, this snow, this sunshine, this fog, bah! These four things that come down from the sky.
But King Derwin, you've always had these same four things come down.
That's just the trouble. I want something new to come down.
Something new to come down? That's impossible, Your Majesty. You just can't have it.
Can't, eh? Boy, you don't dare tell me what I can or cannot have. Remember, Bartholomew, I am king.
I know, sire, you rule all the land, you rule all the people, but even kings can't rule the sky.
Can't, eh?
His Majesty flew into a terrible rage.
Well, maybe other kings can do it, but maybe I'm one king who can. You mark my words, Bartholomew Cubbins, I will have something new come down.
But how to get something new to come down?
That was rather hard to think up, and for many days the old king stomped around trying to figure out some way to do it.
Then finally, late one night when all the lords and ladies of the palace were fast asleep, and just as the king was buttoning his royal night shirt, he suddenly stopped still. A strange wild light began to shine in his gray-green eyes.
Why, of course, they can do it for me. Bartholomew Cubbins, blow my secret whistle. Call my royal magicians.
Your magicians, Your Majesty. Oh no, Your Majesty, don't call them.
You hold your tongue, Bartholomew Cubbins. Do as I command you. Blow my secret whistle.
Yes, sire, but I still think you may be very sorry.
He took the king's secret whistle from its secret hook. He blew a long, low blast down the king's back secret stairway.
And a moment later, he heard them coming, up from their musty hole beneath the dungeon, up the empty midnight tunnel to the bedchamber tower, came the magicians on their padded, shuffling feet, up and right into the room they came chanting.
Shuffle, duffle, muscle, muff, visa, misa, cuff. We are men of groans and howls. Mystic men who eat boiled owls. Tell us what you wish, O king. Our magic can do anything.
I wish to have something new come down. What can you do? What will you make? For a moment they stood thinking, blinking their creaky eyes. Then they spoke a word, one word.
Ooh,
Black. Ooh, black? What will it look like?
Won't look like rain. It won't look like snow. Won't look like fog. That's all we know. We just can't tell you anymore. We've never made a black before.
They bowed and started toward the door.
We now go to our secret cave on Mystic Mountain Nicotave. And there we'll work for you. And there all night we'll work for you. Then you'll have Ooblack when we're through.
They'll do something crazy. Your Majesty, stop them. Call them back. Call them back? Not for a ton of diamonds. Place. Just think of it. Tomorrow I'll be the mightiest man in the world. Tomorrow I'll have Ooblack.
It took Bartholomew a long time to get the excited king to sleep that night, but there was no sleep for Bartholomew, the page boy.
All night he stood in the king's window, staring at the mystic mountain Nicotave. Somewhere up there, Bartholomew knew the magicians were working their terrible magic.
All night the magicians did. They walked in circles around their magic fire, making magic rumbling with their clucking tongues.
Oh, snow and rain are not enough. Oh, we must make some brand new stuff. So feed the fire with wet mouse hair. Burn an onion, burn a chair. Burn a whisker from your chin. Burn a sour lizard skin. Burn yellow twigs and bird red rest. Burn a stocking full of dust. Make magic smoke green, thick and hot. It sure smells dreadful, does it not? That means the smoke is now just right. So quick, go high, go high. Arise into the kingdom sky. Go make Oobleck tumble down. On every street in every town. Oh, make wondrous Oobleck fall. Go bring Oobleck down on us all.
Dawn was just breaking, and Bartholomew was still standing, trembling by the bedchamber window. But now, as the sun rose, Bartholomew started to smile. Those silly magicians hadn't done a thing.
Then suddenly Bartholomew Cubbins stopped smiling. Was he seeing things? No. Something was strange up there in the sky.
At first it seemed like a greenish cloud, just a wisp of greenish steam. But now it was coming lower, closer down toward the fields and farms and houses of sleeping little kingdom.
It was swirling around the topmost turrets of the palace. Tiny little greenish specks were shimmering in the air right over his head. Here, little greenish blobs just about the size of grape seeds.
He stretched out his hand. He started to catch one, but then he pulled his hand back. There was something frightening about those blobs. Bartholomew slammed the window shut.
Wake up, Your Majesty, your Oobleck, it's falling! By my royal whiskers it is! Oh, that beautiful Oobleck, and it's mine, all mine!
Your Majesty, I don't like the look of those blobs. They're now coming down as big as greenish peanuts.
The bigger the better. Oh, what a day. I'm going to make it a holiday. I want every man, woman, and child in my kingdom to go out and dance my glorious Oobleck.
Out in that stuff, do you really think it's safe, sire?
Stop asking foolish questions. Go to my royal bell tower. Wake my royal bell ringer. Tell him to ring the great holiday bell.
For a moment, Bartholomew Cubbins didn't move.
Run!
Across the sleeping palace Bartholomew ran, then up the ladder of the high bell tower to the bell ringer's cubbyhole in the belfry.
Ring your bell. His Majesty, the King, proclaims today a holiday.
What's the holiday for, Bartholomew?
You'll find out soon enough.
The bell ringer yanked the rope. Nothing happened. He yanked it harder. Still, nothing happened.
Eh? What's wrong with my bell? I'd better take a look outside.
He poked his head out through the little trap door.
Merciful gracious, what is that? All over my bell like greenish molasses.
Not only your bell, look at that poor robin down there stuck in that tree. She's stuck to her nest. She can't move a wing. That gooey oobleck, it's like gummy. It's glue.
Oh, if that green stuff sticks up robins, it'll stick up people too.
Someone's got to warn the people of the kingdom. Got to wake them and warn them to stay inside their houses. I'll tell the royal trumpeter.
He turned and slid like lightning down the bell tower ladder.
To the trumpeter's tower raced Bartholomew Cummins, and on up the steps, 4 stairs at a time. As he ran, he could hear the plop, plop of oobleck on the window panes. It was pelting the palace walls, big as greenish cupcakes now.
He yanked the covers off the snoring trumpeter. He shoved his cold trumpet right into his sleepy hands.
Wake up! Wake up! Warn the people, blow the alarm.
Alarm? Those green things, Bartholomew, where'd they come from?
The king, his magicians made them.
That king of ours should be ashamed. I'll blow the loudest alarm that the kingdom did has ever heard.
But all the royal trumpeter blew was glug.
My horn, one of those green things flew inside it.
He tried to blow it out. He couldn't blow it out.
He tried to shake it out. He couldn't shake it out.
I'll get it out somehow. I'll pull it out.
No! Don't touch it!
The trumpeter's hand was already in it. His fingers grabbed hold of the lump of oobleck. He could feel it squiggle around his fist like a slippery potato dumpling made of rubber.
He pulled with all his might. The oobleck began to stretch. Then, glonks, the oobleck snapped back inside the trumpet. It yanked his arm back with it, right up to the elbow.
I can't wiggle a finger. Oh, Bartholomew, what'll I do?
I don't know, and I hate to leave you stuck to your horn, but if you can't warn the people of the kingdom, I'll have to find someone who can.
No! Out of the room and down the stairs raced Bartholomew Cubbins.
Down to the chamber of the captain of the guards, the captain was humming in front of his mirror, combing the ends of his handsome mustache.
Captain, do something!
Do something? Why? What's wrong, Bartholomew?
Haven't you seen the dreadful oobleck outside? It's now coming down as big as greenish baseballs.
Oh, that stuff. Oh, that stuff. Lad, I think it's harmless. It's harmless. I think it's rather pretty.
Captain, it's dangerous.
Nonsense, lad. Are you trying to frighten me? Captains, my boy, are afraid of nothing. It's harmless. I'll show you. I'll eat some.
Eat some? Oh, no.
But before Bartholomew could stop him, the captain was leaning out of his window, scooping up some oobleck on the end of his sword.
Don't, Captain, don't!
The captain did. By the time Bartholomew dragged him back inside the room, his mouth was glued tight shut with oobleck. He tried to speak, but no words came out. All the noble captain of the guards could do was blow a lot of little greenish bubbles.
Forgive me for leaving you, Captain, but a captain full of bubbles is no help at all.
Bartholomew went tearing through the zigzag palace hallways.
I'll have to warn the people of the kingdom myself.
He pushed open the door that led out to the royal stables. Bartholomew stopped. He could go no further. It was too... The awful oobleck was pumping down as big as greenish footballs. It was too late to warn the people of the kingdom. Farmers in the fields were getting stuck to hoes and plows. Goats were getting stuck to ducks. Geese were getting stuck to cows.
Outside, it was piling up, great greenish tons of oobleck, deeper and deeper on every roof in the land. There was nothing Bartholomew could do out there. Shaking his head sadly, he stepped back inside.
But inside, a moment later, it was just as bad now. With an angry roar, the oobleck was suddenly hitting the palace harder. It was battering and spattering against the walls as big as greenish buckets full of gooey asparagus soup, like a sinking sailboat. The whole place was springing leaks. The oobleck was ripping the windows right off their hinges.
It was dripping through the ceilings. It was rolling down the chimneys. It was coming in everywhere, even through the keyholes. From every bedroom in the palace came the howls of lords and ladies frightened in their nightgowns as they came jumping to their doors.
Get back to your beds. Get under the blankets. But nobody paid the slightest attention. Everybody in the palace was rushing madly about. Ah!
The royal cook rushed down from the royal kitchen. Bartholomew Cubbins saw him trapped there. Just 3 stew pots, a teacup, and a cat.
Bartholomew saw the royal laundress rush outside to save her laundry. Bartholomew saw her stuck there to the clothesline between 2 woolen stockings and the king's best Sunday blouse.
He saw the royal fiddlers. They were stuck to their royal fiddles. Everywhere Bartholomew ran, he saw someone stuck to something.
We're stuck up by the dozens. Every last friend he had in the world was flopping and floundering, all hopelessly caught in goo.
Then suddenly, midst the hubbub,
The king!
where was the king? He'd forgotten all about him.
It was in the throne room that Bartholomew found him. Old King Derwin, proud and mighty ruler of the kingdom of Did, trembling, shaking, helpless as a baby.
His royal crown was stuck to his royal head. The seat of his royal pants were stuck to his royal throne. His oobleck was dripping from his royal eyebrows and oozing into his royal ears.
Fetch my magicians, Bartholomew. Make them say some magic words. Make them stop the oobleck falling.
I can't, your majesty. The cave on Mount Nicotave is buried deep in oobleck.
Well, then I must think of some magic words. Oh, what are those words my magicians say? Shuffle, duffle, muzzle, muff? That's all I can remember, and they don't do any good. The oobleck keeps falling on harder.
And it's going to keep falling harder until your whole great marble palace falls down. So don't waste your time saying foolish magic words. You ought to be saying some plain, simple words.
Simple words? What do you mean, boy?
I mean, this is all your fault. Now, the least you can do is say the simple words, I'm sorry. No one had ever talked to the king like this before.
What? Me? Me? Say I'm sorry? Kings never say I'm sorry, and I'm the mightiest king in all the world.
You may be a mighty king, but you're sitting an oobleck up to your chin, and so is everyone else in your land. And if you won't even say you're sorry, you're no sort of king at all.
Bartholomew Cubbins turned his back. He started for the throne room door. But then Bartholomew hears a great, deep sob. The old king was crying.
Come back, Bartholomew Cubbins. You're right, it is all my fault, and I'm awfully, awfully sorry.
And the moment the king spoke those words, something happened.
Maybe there was something magic in those simple words. I'm sorry.
Maybe there was something magic in those plain, simple words.
It's all my fault.
Maybe there was, and maybe there wasn't, but they say as soon as the old king spoke them, the sun began to shine and fight its way through the storm.
They say that the falling oobleck blobs grew smaller and smaller. They say that all the oobleck stuck to all the people and all the animals in the kingdom of Did just simply, quietly, melted away.
And then they say Bartholomew took the old king by the sleeve and led him to the steps of the high bell tower. He put the bell rope into his majesty's royal hands, and the king himself rang the holiday bell.
Then the king proclaimed a brand new holiday in honor of the 4 perfect things that come down from the sky.
And now the king knew that these 4 old-fashioned things, the rain, the sunshine, the fog, and the snow, were good enough for any old king, especially for him.
Old King Derwin of Did.
I was walking in the night and I saw nothing scary, for I've never been afraid of anything, not very.
Then I was deep within the woods when suddenly I spied them. I saw a pair of pale green pants with nobody inside them.
I wasn't scared, but yeah, I stopped. What could those pants be there for? What could a pair of pants at night be standing in the air for?
And then they moved! Those empty pants, they kind of started jumping. And then in my heart, I must admit, it kind of started thumping. So I got out. I got out fast as I could go, sir. I wasn't scared, but pants like that, I did not care for.
No, sir! 1 week later, a dark night in Greenwich, I had to fetch some Greenwich spinach.
Well, I had fetched the spinach, and I was starting back through town when those pants raced around a corner, and they almost knocked me down.
I lost my Greenwich spinach, but I didn't even care.
I ran for home, believe me, I really had a scare. Now, bicycles were never made for pale green pants to ride them, especially spooky pale green pants. With nobody inside them!
It's not me.
Bodie. No, I just said that.
Did you?
Yeah.
It was you.
Oh, the next night I was fishing for double trout in the river when those pants came rowing toward me. Well, I started to shiver.
I was so frightened that I'll tell you, but I hate to. I screamed and rode away. I lost my hook, my line, and bait too.
I ran and found a brickle bush. I hid myself away. I got brickles in my britches, but I stayed there anyway. I stayed there all night. The next night, too. I'd be still there, no doubt, but I had an errand to do. So the next night I went out. I had to do an errand. I had to pick a peck of snide in a dark and gloomy snide field that was almost 9 miles wide. I said, I do not fear these pale pants with nobody inside them. I said those words. I said them, but I lied them.
I put my hand in the snide bush, and the next thing I knew, I felt my hand touch someone. I bet you know who.
And there it was, caught in the snide, in that dreadful place, this spooky empty pants that I was standing face to face. I yelled for help! I screamed! I shrieked! I howled! I yelled!
I cried.
Oh, save me from these pale green pants with nobody inside! But then a strange thing happened while those pants began to cry. They began to tremble. They were just as scared as I. I never heard such whimpering, and I began to see that I was just as strange to them as they were strange to me.
I put my arm around the race and sat right down beside them.
I calmed them down. Poor empty pants, with nobody inside them.
Now we meet quite often, those empty pants and I. We never shake or tremble.
We both smile. Ding! And we say, hi! Sorry. Go to the side.